Hey, what is happening? I'm Bud Burke, and today I'm going to show you exercise 5 for pattern 3, and I'm going to show you 2 different versions of it, and they're going to sound like this. All right, so in this exercise, our pattern is going to cross a couple different scale positions, and you can use a little ending that breaks out of it, which is I like it because I start getting into the groove of doing the pattern, and then I get to this end, and I have to get like getting shaken out of it. It's like, man, stay with it. So anyway, let me show you what's going on in this first version of the exercise. So, as usual, if you watched any of the other exercises and patterns, we're sticking to G major. It's in my opinion, it's a nice, good, centrally located key on our guitar. So the scale that we're going to be mainly using, one of the scales we're going to be actually using a lot of them. Using the G major scale, or the E minor scale if you want to think of it that way. Do what you want. I'm not gonna judge. Okay, so exercise 5, version 1. So we're gonna start with is just doing our first 6 notes of our G major scale, right? So that's going 3-5-7, 3-5-7 on our low E and A string. All right, so this is kind of what the pattern, or this exercise, the pattern within the pattern. Here's what's going on in this one. We're doing it, and then we're staying on the same string and sliding up a position to our next mode position up, and then doing 2 strings. So I always think of that position, no matter what note I'm actually starting my scale on, which really makes the difference of what mode you're playing. But I always just think of this position is my major scale position, and I always think of this next one up as my Dorian position. So the first 2 strings we're doing is major scale position. Then we're going to slide up, so your pointer finger should be on the 5th fret of your A string. You'd be doing 5, 7, 9 on both strings, the A and the D string. All right, so then we're gonna start the next cycle by stay on the D string, sliding up on the 7th fret with our pointer finger and going 7, 9, 10, and then on the G string 7, 9, 11. Okay, so this exercise is a little tricky because you're having to visualize. Either you're just blindly memorizing, which is not the easiest because every little sequence is different for the most part, or you're trying to visualize, just 2 strings of each of your modes up here, which is tricky, but it makes for good practice. All right, so that is the 3rd cycle. And that would be in what I recognize as my Phrygian mode position. Okay, so the next cycle up, we're sliding on the G string up to our 9th fret and doing 9, 11, 12, and then on the B string 10, 12, 13. Okay, so that would be the G and the B string of our Lydian position. Sorry, it's getting a little sloppy there. Okay, so we're about to start. What we think we're going to start is the 6th, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th cycle of our pattern here. But this is where we break out of it, and makes for a kind of a mind twister a little bit. Okay, so this is what we're doing on this one. So we're not just going all the way up like we did before. This time we're going to go up the B string and then the lower note, the middle note, and then back to the lower note of our high E. Numbers, that would be D string 12, 13, 15, high E string 12, 14, 12. Okay, and then we're gonna jump up to our minor scale position, which should put our pinky on our 17th fret, and we're gonna do that but mirrored backwards. Okay, so it'd be 17, 15, 14 on our high E, 17, 15, 17 on our B string. Okay. We're going to stay here. So that next part was 14, 15, 14 of our high E, and then go down 3 notes on our on our B string. 17, 15, 13. All right, so this next part sounds like this, or should be this. Okay, so now this whole ending that we've got so far is this. All right, and then we'll just do the same thing we did at the very beginning of our end. So we're doing that again. 12, 13, 15 on the B string, 12, 14, 12. So let me do that again, because this part just, it doesn't really make any, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just kind of something to do. Just weaseling your way around in scales and modes. One more again. Okay, so let's make our way back down. So that's where we ended off. We're going to start our way back down by going down our pattern, but starting in what I recognize as my Mixolydian scale position. So that'll be, there's that scale that I'm talking about, but 15, 14, 12 on the high E, 15, 13, 12 on the B. Okay, so now we're going to stay on the B string and we're going to move back a position. So this should hopefully look familiar because we hit these same positions and on the same strings on the way up in the ascending. Yeah, so hopefully it'll make it a little easier for you to memorize. So this next sequence is on the B string 13, 12, 10, G string 12, 11, 9. Alright, then we'll stay on the G string, we'll move back a position, and this should be 11, 9, 7 on the G string, 10, 9, 7 on the D string. Okie dokie. And then moving back on the D string, 9, 7, 5 on the D and the A string. And then one more, or this is actually where the ending starts. We'd think we're doing it one more time. Again, messes with your mind. You want to just do that, but we're not doing that. So this time we're going 7, 5, 3, 7 on the A string, and then on the E string, 7, 5, 7. That's the first part of the end. And then this time we're going to slide down to our low Korean mode and position and go 2, 3, 5 on the low E, 2, 3, 2 on the A string. So far, ending. Okay, then we're going to stay in this position and do on our low E, 5, 3, 5, and up to the A, 2, 3, 5. Alright, so that's the third part of our end. So all together. Alright, and then just like before, the very thing that we started with, we're going to end it with. Okay, and that is your version 1 of this pattern. Here's what it sounds like all together, nice and slow. Start it over again. All right, so version number 2, we're going to start up in a different mode. We're going to start up in our Phrygian mode. So we're going to start up on the 7th fret of our low E. Good old regular pattern. Just doing 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10 on the low E and A string. Okay, so everything is going to stay the same. As far as the next cycle of the pattern, stay on the same string, move up one position. And that's going to be 9, 10, 12 on the A and on the D string. Okay, and then next cycle is 10, 12, 14 on the D, 11, 12, 14 on the G. Okay, all together, getting this. And then the next cycle, starting on the G string, doing 12, 14, 16 on the B string, 13, 15, 17. It's a tricky little area right here, because everything is on a different fret, or everything starts on a different fret. Okay, and then our ending for this one, we're going to stay on the B string. So what I did here is, the last cycle of that pattern, the pattern was that which ended us on our 17th fret with our pinky. So we're going to put our pointer on the 15th fret, and we're going to go 15, 17, 19, slide up with the pinky, 20, 19, 17. Okay. Then slide back down to the 15th fret. And then go up 15, 17, 19 on the B and the E string. And then end it with the 22nd fret. Woo! Not like that though. So this ending will sound like this. Alright, and then in context with the pattern, alright, that's our ascending. So let me do that. Let me do that whole thing for you. 4, and then we're gonna make our way back down. So starting on our 19th fret, 19, 17, 15 on both high E and B string. Okay, next cycle of it, 17, 15, 13 on our B string, 16, 14, 12 on our G string. Okay, next one down should be 14, 12, 11 on the G, 14, 12, 10 on the D. The next one, 12, 10, 9 on both the D and the A string. So all together so far. All right, almost done. Then the next one, we're going to do our ending on this string. So we're going to go 10, 9, 7, 5, 7, 9, 10, 9, 7, then back to the, or up to the low E, down to the low E, 10, 8, 7. All here is that all together. 2, 3, 4. Oops. And you can just keep doing that over and over and over. And there is your exercise 5 for pattern 3. It's a tough one, but it's definitely useful. So thank you for watching the video. Hope you get to practicing and enjoying this exercise and the pattern. And I will see you on our next lesson. Take it easy.